Welcome back to Central Valley Real Estate and Home Improvement Show. I am Mike Briggs, the host of the show, and we're going to find out about this crazy real estate market. What is going on? Is it a good time to buy a house? Is it a good time to sell a house? I don't know. So I called in an expert on the market, Jacqui Curry, an expert on the market. What kind of market? It's kind of crazy out there.
It is kind of crazy right now.
There's not a lot of houses for sale.
There are not a lot of houses for sale. Inventory is really down, and days on market are still fairly decent if you've been in this real estate game for a while.
Yeah.
And so it's looking good for sellers as long as they're priced right.
Okay.
And buyers don't have a lot of options, but they are still buying, even with our interest rates.
People keep talking about their interest rate. My interest rate was 9 or 10% when I bought a house, my first house. So I thought these are kind of low.
Yeah. So I remember in the 80s when it was, what, 13,
80s.
14?
Yeah, that's when I got my house. And by the way, I made hundreds of thousands of dollars profit off that house. So who cares what the interest rate was?
Exactly.
And if I had rented, I wouldn't have any money.
Yeah.
It just throws it all away.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back and ask you, because we've had some viewers ask some questions like, how do you find what your house is worth? We're going to come back and talk to you about that.
Sure.
But first, and look at, we're in the backyard of this beautiful home. Where is this house?
This is in Clovis at Armstrong and between Shaw and Gettysburg.
And this is your listing?
This is my listing,
So
yeah.
there are houses for sale, and beautiful houses with beautiful yard. How big is this yard?
So this lot is just under 18,000 square
Wow.
feet. Yeah, it's quite large. A lot of things that you could do with that.
Almost like a third of an acre, I think.
Yeah, and it's fully landscaped too. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the thing. People say, well, I'm going to go look at a new house. A new house, you just get dirt around your
Yeah.
house. And these houses have, like, the trees are there years and years and years old, and they have shade and stuff like that.
Exactly, exactly.
Now, this is the front of the house, but there's another amazing picture in here that shows something. Look where this driveway goes to.
Yeah, it's quite incredible, the driveway there.
We talk about things that are already there that you don't have to pay for. This concrete would cost a fortune to put in.
Yes, it's funny you say that. I have recently encountered that.
So is this a thing where you drive your RV and park it back there?
You can drive your RV and park it back there. This homeowner had a hobby with cars, and so there were several parked in a row back there.
Yeah, and what I like is when you pull your RV out, you have this giant patio for parties and stuff that stretches from the front yard all the way to the back.
Exactly, and it is also fenced between the yard and there as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. And there's the front again, and as you can see, the driveway just wraps around, goes around the side. Here's a little bit of the interior. What should we know about this house?
So this house has a lot of unique features. The pictures don't really do the living room justice. That's got to be one of the largest living rooms I've ever seen. It also has a round entry, which is fairly unusual these days, and very open concept. So you can see the round entry there in that picture and how open that kitchen is. Tons of counter space and cabinet space. Some unique cabinets as well in there.
Does that kitchen open to this living room?
It does.
Wow,
Yeah,
I like
so
that.
that's an island
like that.
in the kitchen there that opens to that living room.
And the big yard, the backyard.
Yeah, again, just under 18,000 square feet. The home itself is 2,700 square feet, which is, you know, a decent size as well.
2,700 square feet?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, how many bedrooms, bathrooms?
So it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. It could have been built with a 4th bedroom, so it has that room that they're using as a den that has an alcove for a closet.
Den or an office or
Yeah.
whatever you want to do.
It also has a unique feature where the secondary bedrooms are, where it has like this play area. They're currently using that as an in-law setup. So it's really some unique features in this home.
So it could be for a family, it could be for someone who has a college student or a mother-in-law living there or
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
People keep telling me, stop saying mother-in-law. Sometimes that's
Oh,
bad.
you're right. I'm sorry.
Sometimes people don't like their mother-in-law. I don't want that because she might move in. Now, what if someone wants to see it? What should they do?
If they want to see it,
See the house. Yeah.
they should call me or send me an email.
And we have a phone number on the screen, 559-908-0923. Where does that ring to?
That is my cell phone, which I have on me, 99% of the time.
I always tell people, don't buy the biggest investment of your life from somebody that doesn't answer their own phone.
Yes,
Hey, can we text that number?
you can.
Okay.
Yep.
So-
Anytime, too. There are no restricted hours. I will do my best to get back to you.
And you do check your email a lot.
I
too,
do
so
check my email
another
quite
good way to reach
frequently.
you. I just don't like to, You pick up the phone and call people these days. They don't want to answer. They don't know who you are. What the phone salespeople and stuff like that. I just send a text sometimes and
Yeah.
say, "Hey, can you call me about this house or whatever?"
Right,
So-
and a text heads up is always great too. Hey, I want to talk to you, and then I can call you.
Okay, so the market. It's
Yeah.
kind of an abundance of houses for sale. There's plenty for sale. What I've been talking to people have been writing to the show and asking the question. They've got a house. They were going to sell it. COVID came along.
Yeah.
Then they put it off, and then the interest rates are going crazy. They put it off. Now they don't even know what their house is worth.
Mhm.
How do you find out?
They can call or text me again.
you,
Yeah, definitely, Mike.
There's some sites out there you go to and do it, but sometimes the local realtor knows more.
Definitely,
Yeah.
and the ins and outs and the nuances of different locations. And it's in Fresno. We all know that school district and
Yeah.
one street can make a
One
huge
street can
difference.
make a difference.
Yeah,
Also, those websites don't know what improvements you have or the convention.
That's
the
absolutely
condition of
true.
your home, things like that. So what do you charge to find out what a house is worth?
I charge nothing.
It's free.
It is
It's
free.
to find out, so why not call Jacqui Curry? Find out what your house is worth. Even if you're not thinking of selling right now, they can call you and get that information.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it's always good to at least have your thumb on the market and have
Yeah.
an idea of what your biggest asset is worth, right?
So you should do that a couple times a year, maybe.
I
So,
absolutely think that's
Hey,
a good
Jackie,
idea.
what's my house worth? So,
Yep.
And find out.
How's the market doing and what's going on? Yep.
Also, people aren't really thinking of selling. They might not. Sometimes if you know about that, you'll have somebody that comes along that might be perfect for them that you can match them up with without having to go on the market, have all the people in and out of your house and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So,
Yes. Yep.
Okay, buyers. I talk to so many people who are renters. They're paying $3,000 a month in
Oh
rent
my
now.
goodness, it is just mind blowing. Some of the rental
I
rates.
don't want to brag. My house payment's $800 a month. And when I got it, I thought, how am I going to pay this
How will
giant
this ever
payment?
work? Yes.
Yeah, but I'd be paying for this place about $3,500 a month right
Yes,
now. So,
absolutely. Yeah.
so people need to get into purchase.
Yes, because that's a long-term investment in most circumstances.
And if they don't know how to get started, they don't know their job, they make enough, you can help them get
Oh,
started.
absolutely. Yeah, they can still text or call me, and I can get them in touch with the right people for sure.
And if they're not ready now, it's good to talk to you early.
To
I
get
would
ready.
imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to you early and start finding out so you start getting your ducks in a row, so to speak.
Yeah.
So.
Don't wait till they raise your rent to
Oh my gosh,
to make a
yeah.
decision, right? Just at least have an idea of what it looks like and what it would take for you to get there.
What else you want people to know about you or the market or anything in the world?
I mean, real estate is my passion. I absolutely love it. I love first-time home buyers. So those of you that are renting that have any interest at all, please reach out to me and let's at least have a conversation. Start that conversation about what it would take, and it might be easier than you think, especially with rental rates right now.
Those paying $3,000 a month, that's $36,000 in a year they paid, and they'll never see that money again. There's no way to recoup that.
Yeah, there is not.
Or if you've been building equity in a house, you can get that back
Yes, exactly.
somehow, some way.
Yep.
By the way, I had not thought of this, but I'd sent my kids away to college, or when it's time for them to go to college, I said, where am I going to get the money? And I'd owned my house for 20 years, and they said, what do you mean? You have equity just sitting there where you're able to borrow against that house
Yeah.
and send my kids to college, which is very expensive, by the way. But
Yeah.
those who are renting won't have that option.
No, those investment properties are a great idea, and then having that kind of asset to pull back on in who knows how many years. Even those of you that maybe don't have children now, but eventually, right?
Hey,
Let's plan now.
I didn't plan to have any kids, and I got a whole bunch of them. All right. Our guest is Jacqui Curry. Call her, 559-908-0923. The nicest person. She's got all this knowledge and experience and knows what she's talking about. Thank you, Jacqui.
Thank you, Mike.
Coming
so
and being
much.
our real estate expert for today.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll be back with more right after this.